What's going on, guys? So our task today is not a simple one. Today we're going to start floor planning and building the Gallagher-Iba arena, which is the basketball arena, which is conveniently attached to the football arena at Oklahoma State. The arena is right here, and it looks like this. So what we'll do is try to get a feel for where all these buildings are, what the edges of them look like, and then hopefully we'll start building the front, at least from this little tower to this little tower, and we'll go from there. That's going to be a lot. So, how we do that, I've already measured between here and here, and I've measured this little thing out right through there. You'll see that reflected, and then I'll have to rebuild it over here. Then we'll start mapping out how deep this goes and all these little indentations. So let's go ahead and get building. So we'll start right here. I measured it out and it was 37 on each side. From there to there, that's going to be the base of the wall. It was also 3 back off of the field line there. And it goes back into 85.54, and then it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, including everything. 85.54, and then back 6. That was that auxiliary building here. Right there. Get that to where I can drag it back and forth pretty quickly. So that's this. And out to there. We'll worry about the out to there a little bit later. Next, we need to figure out this part. This goes back from there to there. Left field appears to be 13 blocks. I'm going to change colors here. And then it went across 17, so we'll do 6 blocks. So then we're back to this little problem that we have here. This is 65 long. So we've got to get our distance calculator for how far to go. First we need to get some coordinates. So we're starting on 93, 42. I said it was 65 long, so let's go 20 and see how long that actually is. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so let's use 112.61. And, oh man, I'm going to have to write that down. So we're going to start off using the coordinates that I just measured out on the 2D distance calculator. And the coordinates I got were negative 112, negative 61, and negative 93, negative 42. The distance there being 26.8. What we're looking for is 64 divided by 3, which is 21. So we're going to want a little less than that, 26. So we'll chop 2 blocks off the end down here. Let's try 110.59. 110.59. 24. Looking for 21. Let's do 108.57. That gives me 21.2, and 21.3 is what we're looking for. Perfect. So right there. And then also you can tell that I'm building this side by measuring this side, but it's all equal. Equidistant, it's symmetrical. Then 13, so we'll push back think we probably lost one in the equation somewhere, so we'll probably push back 4 to be 12. We'll just go ahead and push back 5 like that. Okay. Then we'll go to here. 23, that's 8. 50. That's 17. And then we are back to 8, and it's back on the same line. Okay. Then that line would continue for quite some time. All right, so that's 158, which is 53 blocks back. 58. And it appears to go 61. Out 8 across 16, and then only back 3. Like so, and I think that's it. Yeah, and then it would meet in the middle here. So we're just going to do the other side the exact same way we did this one. All right, so I copied that pattern over to this side, and now we're ready to start looking at the size of these auxiliary buildings. So we've got this little building that runs out and in, and then this little building that runs out. Already got it measured on one side, we just need to measure the length on this side. Because I wonder if that's a, nope, there's a, it goes out to there, which is 94. 31 blocks. And then it just crams back into the side of that. Okay. So we need to get some orange wool here. So it goes back 31 blocks. 1, 2, 3. And it should cram right into the side of that purple stuff. Which fortunately it does. And it looked like this building obviously just went right into the back of that. So we'll do that same thing on this side after I get the coordinate here, 90, 96. It should cram into the side of the purple stuff. Okay. So now the IBA arena is set up. That's the overhead view. If we're leaving anything out here, spin it around like we've orientated it. That's the setup. The first thing we need to do is one, kind of figure out a height for this wall. Important. Lower it down. I'd say that and that are pretty similar heights. I'd say that's a little bit taller than this. Maybe. Let's look at it from this angle. Oh yeah. I'd say this is very close to being as tall as this. I'm not sure if it's taller though. It doesn't appear to have that sandstone thing on the bottom, or sandstone thing on the top. So instead I'm going to do one sandstone where I've done, I think, 3 sandstones up here. I'm just going to do one right here, and I think it should work out to be the same height. And I wouldn't be surprised if this striping stuff is in about the same place. Like that one is going to match up with that one with that one, and this one with this one, I would say. Actually, I don't know if there's any visible sandstone on the front at all. There's not. So I'm not going to put any sandstone in that. It's just going to be 4 brick. And then I'll layer sandstone inside of it. Or maybe a sandstone slab. I think that might look the best. Okay. So, let's do this. brick. I think I want to take it to 56 high. Okay. And these are, can't remember exactly how wide they are. I know I measured them a while ago, but I can't remember exactly how wide. One and that one, so 36 is 13 wide. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and I said I wanted to take it to 56, so we'll do that. Very nice. Okay, and then how deep are they? I think I kind of know this by this right here, but they could be deeper. Let's make sure. Yeah, as you can see, they go a little bit further back than that line, maybe. Yeah, they go a little bit further back than that line. So we'll say right here. They go to negative 88. And then this one is, okay, so. Okay, and I said I was going to put a sandstone slab roof on the top of this. Shouldn't be very hard to do. Okay, next we want to, look at where the roof actually comes in here. This looks like some kind of speaker or something. I'm not exactly sure what that is. Looks like a speaker or maybe a scoreboard of some kind. We'll build it later. The roof clearly comes in a little bit lower around this stripe right here, so I think it makes a lot of sense to cut that stripe in at the same place that we cut this stripe in, which is going to be at 51 and 52. Oh, that's clearly only one though. So what we'll do is we'll do 51. Okay. And then that forms the basis for the roof. This one comes back to right here. The roof would go there. Okay. So we'll just fill this in real quick. Okay, so we've got that. Let's go ahead and fill this brick thing in here. This is 89 to 93. I feel pretty strongly that this second stripe is lined up with, oh, that has a tick of offset in it. Yeah, that's not correct. Sorry guys. Fix this. You know what though? Alright. Now that's better. Do that. Okay. So now we'll look at this. All of that is pretty straightforward. We only build that one down to there. This building probably needs to go ahead and come across. So what we'll do is cut these lines in to get an idea of where everything's at. This one and this one look very similar to this one and this one to me in terms of height. So I think that's where I'm going to cut them. If anything, they look wider. These might end up being 4 wide. Maybe 3 wide. So we know it's at least 38 and 39 and 23 and 24 have them. 38 and 39. 23, 24. Those might end up being a block wider, especially if we have an even amount in between or something, or we need to add a design element. I don't think it would be wrong if these end up being 3 wide. Okay, then I guess we can just brick that across. Let's see, we could brick this front here. This little guy. He only goes probably in the area of this high, right there. That is 18 high. Okay, and then this little guy is even taller. He makes it, I think he makes it almost to the stripe. So this pushes back this. Okay, and it just pushes straight back into the wall. And actually, you can see it goes into the bottom half of that, so whatever. It's probably this one. 22. It's the height of 22. This 22 would just push straight back into whatever that came up right here. Alright, perfect. And then so this would extend out. It does look like there's a wide brown stripe on this one on this end. It's probably the same one on the other. Keep the brick at the same height. Pushing this way, so up to 901754. There we go, we got it done. That looks pretty good. So far, so good. Go ahead and put the top layer on and then maybe add some brick here. That looks kind of finished. Okay, so we'll leave that be for a second. Now we want to start making it look like we've actually done something in this video. So we're going to put these, I'm going to design the fronts of these. So, spin our map here, not that way. This is a challenge. This is a challenge. So what we're going to do is build this thing first. It doesn't look too terribly hard, so put the stripes in like we've been doing. I think that they go in a pretty standard place at this point. Okay, so this is a really, really, really big window. It is made to kind of like not look like a really, really big window, but it is. Like, that's very large. So at least maybe 4 to 5 down on the same one there. It really kind of looks alright. Yeah, I think that's how we'll keep it for now. If we want to change this to 2 wide, we can later. Okay, so there's also a circle-ish window and like a sandstone thing. It's roughly equal here. There's the sandstone thing. There's a circle-ish window surrounded in sandstone. Sandstone from that make contact? No, there's a break in between. It'll be okay. Yeah, I think that looks good. Okay, and then down the line, oh, there's the video screen. Okay, so at the base of that is a video screen. to the bottom. And 13 wide, we might be able to get the OSU logo in there. I've got the OSU logo around here on a piece of paper. There we go. So yeah, let's look at that. By 9, go glowstone here. It's the middle block. Ah, it's gonna be so close. If I could overhang the edges, I could get it in here. I don't think that would necessarily look bad either. I don't think that overhang necessarily looks terrible either. I think that's honestly probably how it is. And I bet, now that I look at that, I bet these are 4, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Can't do that though. Do 4. Can't do the 3 part. But that looks fine. I'm happy with that. You know what you're looking at? Oh yeah, that looks really good. Okay, I've decided for the rest of this, it's really hard to even tell what's going on there. So let's look at Boone Pickens Stadium pictures now. Try to get an idea what's going on. There's got to be a good, okay, there's a good frontal shot of it. Decent. It's still hard to kind of tell what's going on here. I bet that goes straight across, and then it's got some brick columns. Yeah, I see what's going on there. Okay. So let's go ahead and build the other building. I think that's or at least the front of it. That's the prudent thing to do. It's 13 wide, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yep, out to 25. Up on negative 25 here. Okay, now we just need to put some glass in. And then we can start tying the two ends together. It seemed pretty clear to me that in the picture that this is just one big thing here. It goes across. I think if any of them are going to be 3 wide, this is probably the one. For now we're keeping it 2 wide, and we'll extend it down 1 if it needs to be extended down 1. Let's look again at the picture, and there might be some recess in there. There's definitely, this is not a screen, this is some kind of just recessed sandstone. I actually do the chiseled out of that, and I'm going to recess it. Alright, so that's where we're at. Let's figure out what we're going to do next. This is clearly some kind of glass. I would love to see a better picture as to how that's recessed in there. Okay, so recessed 1, and then a lot of glass. That comes off of this bar that comes across here. And the TV screens come off. And all that's left. Okay. So recessed 1. That means we're dealing with stuff that's again going to be on this line. We'll go ahead and just fill a bunch of stained glass 15 from here. Okay, now it's clearly not that simple. It's got some of these ridges in it. Definitely a ridge at the top and the bottom. So fill what this would look like first. Pretty happy with that look, how that looks, except for one little exception here. So this smooth sandstone needs to go all the way across here. This is gonna really look good when we put some light behind it. I'm gonna do that now just so I can show you, but I can already tell that it's gonna look great with light So it renders all that light. It's going to look fantastic. Might take it a little while. There's a lot of blocks there. We'll see how that looks in a second. Now the second segment looks to be some brick columns. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 brick columns that look like they're about 3 wide. Those brick columns, wow, they used to have a very ugly scoreboard right on the front of it. Good thing they removed that. Yep, those 5 brick columns come right off of the outside, appear to go all the way to the ground, but at least go into this. Tie this across. I can see that this one also comes all the way across. And there's 5 large brick columns in a space dominated by 51 blocks. 49 blocks. It's every 15 blocks. Yeah, those look perfectly fine. No problem there. Then they tie into this thing. That glass is recessed quite a bit, which is something that we're capable of doing because we've already got this recessed. We can go ahead and just fill a large gap of it. If I put it right here, it'll look even better. Okay, so let's see what that looks like from the outside. Yeah, that definitely added some texture to it. I like that. That's just brick that pushes back in between. Definitely dark. Okay. In between these. Okay. That does that. Looks very good on this side. Oh yeah, that looks great. Okay, so the bottom side here is a little bit more complicated. It looks like it pushes back and pushes out. That actually looks like it. No, those are connected, I see. So these just come straight down. No problem there, they come straight down. Alright. And there appears to be a wall and then another brick wall. So now this is where it starts to get into guessing a little bit. I would say that this goes to here. Not like the other one did. Or even in the continuing tradition of going too deeper to make it look more textured, I think it probably does. Go 2 blocks deeper. Makes sense. I'm gonna go 4 blocks out for just some random reason. Okay, so let's take a look at that. That looks pretty good. Wow, those lights really do look really good up there. Now we'll add this little fence. Have anybody falling off? Okay. Now it looks like some mix of glass and next to those. And what we'll do is that looks like a little bit clearer glass. We'll just use actual glass. I also wanted to look and see. Nope, it's well, there's some brick and sandstone in those gaps a little bit, so it's a little bit more square. Alright guys, so that's the end of this episode. I'm going to finish the work I've done on the left on the right off video, and when we come back we'll finish the rest of IBA Arena. Hopefully it's a little bigger project than I thought it would be, because it's frankly a little bigger than I thought it would be. But it looks pretty good, I think. I think once I get the wing on there it'll look even better. For now, that's all. I hope you've enjoyed a lot of fast forwarding. I hope you'll tune in next time.